Today's PortSwigger tutorial is entitled Remote Code Execution via Polyglot Web Shell Upload. To solve the lab, we must exfiltrate the contents of Carlos's secret file by uploading a basic PHP web shell. We are going to use Burp Suite Community Edition, so make sure your browser traffic is being proxied through Burp. I'm simply using the built-in browser. Start by accessing the lab and logging in as winner with the password Peter. As with the previous labs in the File Upload Vulnerabilities series, we know we are looking for a vulnerable image upload function. First, upload a valid image file. The file has been uploaded. When clicking the Back to My Account link, we can see a preview of our image. Next, upload a PHP file. I am using this simple web shell. The code takes the value of the eval parameter from the URL and executes it on the server as a shell command. This time, we get an error telling us that the file we uploaded is not a valid image. Let's go to Burp Proxy HTTP history and see what is going on and how we can bypass this security measure. Look for the Post My Account avatar request, the one where we uploaded the valid image. Send it to repeater. We also want to see the request that returns the contents of our uploaded image. For this, we need to click the filter settings at the top of the requests list, select images from the Filter by MIME type section and click Apply. We can now see a GET request for files/avatars/your image name, in my case minion.png. As you can see, this request returns the contents of our image. Send this request to repeater as well. In repeater, go to the Post My Account avatar request. If we try changing the file extension from PNG to PHP, the file is still being uploaded. This means that the server is not simply checking the file's extension or the content type specified in the request. It is most likely validating the actual contents of the file to make sure it is a real image. For example, PNG files always begin with 8 specific bytes. They also must end with a 12-byte IEND chunk. Just for fun, we can use XXD to list the first and last bytes of our PNG file. We can list the first 8 bytes of our image and the last 12 bytes. So, as you can see, these are the bytes that tell the image validation script that this is indeed an image, more specifically, a PNG file. This is not enough to guarantee a valid PNG file. It must also have a valid image header chunk and image data chunk, but that's irrelevant here because we are not generating a PNG from scratch. We already have a valid one. What is important here is that we can change the file's extension and the front-end server still accepts our file as a valid image. This means that the front-end validation accepts a file as long as the PNG structure is correct. We can exploit this by creating a polyglot file. A polyglot file is a single file that is valid in 2 or more formats at the same time. This means that we can create a PNG plus PHP polyglot file. This file will be a valid PNG image with a valid PNG header and structure, meaning it will be accepted by the server, but it will also be a valid PHP script, so that the server executes it and we can get RCE. If you looked through the lab's solution, you might have seen that you can create a polyglot file by adding a comment to the PNG image. That comment contains valid PHP code. However, we will go another route and create our polyglot file without the use of any tools, just for the fun of it. We know PNG decoders stop processing the file after the 12-byte IEND chunk. Anything after IEND is ignored. On the other hand, PHP scans the entire file and executes everything it finds between the PHP tags. This means that we can just add our PHP web shell at the end of a valid PNG file. This will create a polyglot. The front-end server will check for a valid PNG file. The file will be uploaded and then the backend server will execute the file and the PHP code will create a shell that will give us RCE. Knowing this, let's add the PHP shell we have been using for the past labs to the end of our image. This code takes the input from the URL's eval parameter, executes it as a command via the system function and returns the output in the response. Again, make sure that you have changed the extension of the file from PNG to PHP. Send the request. Our polyglot was accepted as a valid image. Now go to the request for the uploaded image and request the newly uploaded PHP file, in my case minion.php. Send the request. The file exists on the server. This is great. Now add the eval parameter to the URL. Here we will input our command. Let's start with who am I. Send a request. You should see the string Carlos appended to the response string. We have RCE. Now we can exfiltrate our secret. Before we do, I know some of you were wondering how you would find the /home/carlos/secret path in case it was not given in the lab description. Well, what we can do is ls+/ to discover the file system layout. We see a home directory. How do we know it's a directory and not a file? We can do file +/home. It is indeed a directory. Now we can list the contents of the home directory, ls+/home. We find the Carlos directory. Finally, we list the contents of /home/Carlos and we find the secret file. Checking file +/home/Carlos/secret, we can see that the file is an ASCII file, so we can view its contents by using cat. Copy the secret and submit the response to solve the lab. Now before I leave you, if you wanted to create a physical polyglot file, you could use Exif tool like in the lab's written solution. You could also do the same thing we did using burp. Just append some PHP code to your image file. We do this by first copying the image file to a PHP file. Then we will add the following code to the end of the PHP file. In case you are wondering, -e is an option for Echo that tells it to interpret \escape sequences instead of printing them literally. Now you have a polyglot image that you can upload without the use of Burp Suite. This is it for today's tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye!